Lessons are just there because we choose them, not because of law of attraction. It's just a whole separate theory, a whole separate premise. Okay. It's not because it's good or bad or because we did something right or wrong. Those are all our dualistic understandings of a divided illusion, a divided world, a divided experience. Back to the energy field. If we don't understand our energy field and how it works, and if we aren't perpetually managing the mind, body, soul construct, so that what energy is being sent out into the universe and being perceived and received from the universe isn't clear. I'm not going to say good, bad, right, wrong, high energy, low energy. We need to manage our holy vocabulary to be in a state that doesn't put hierarchy into our language and understanding. Because it can so easily go into, oh, that's high vibe. Oh, that's low vibe. That's another misunderstanding of law of attraction. But if we're not managing and purifying, grounding, cleansing, purifying, shielding, protecting our energy field and keeping it sacred and holy, then it's hard to love life, and it's hard to love ourselves, and it's hard to love the experience, and it's hard to love others. And that is the purpose of life, to love it. That's it. There's so many, and keeping in mind, what is purpose? Purpose is essence. Purpose isn't your status. Purpose isn't what you do or what you end up doing in life. Purpose isn't your job, your career. Purpose is what makes you want to get up in the morning. And if that's your career, that's an alignment, that's a mission, but that isn't your purpose. That just is something that happens to support your purpose, and you're very lucky to have found that, but that is mission that happens to align and resonate powerfully. You've mastered something if you found a career like that, right? But purpose is essence. Purpose is the deepest, most powerful connection to the field of grace that makes you shine. Purpose is the essence of the human soul. And when you figure out your purpose, you begin to smile. You begin to get up in the morning and want to dance. You begin to get up in the morning and say, happy morning. You begin to get up in the morning and say, oh, I'm so happy and grateful to be alive. I look forward to what this day brings. You don't get up in the morning and say, oh my God, the bills. Oh my God, the kids. Oh God, the dog, the cat, the people, the spouse, the this, the that. You go, okay, challenges are a part of being human. And I am really, really happy to be here. I feel an essence. I feel a charisma brewing deep in the construct of my soul itself, and it is lighting me up. Right? So when people started saying, I am lit, it's not just because they're going around smoking something. People who are lit could naturally have something other than just a drug. Life itself, consciousness, is drawing upon the nature of their soul and making them want to feel alive. Right? So when you begin to find your essence, who you are as a soul, now your personality, that's a part of it, that's helpful. Understanding the psychology of things is helpful. It's the beginning state for most people. It's helpful to know what's holding you back in your mind and what lights you up. But when you understand purpose, you understand what actually makes you move, what moves you and what does not, what gets you out of bed in the morning, what keeps you going no matter what. And it doesn't always have to be something super positive. I was watching this skater's Instagram the other day, and she was talking about unworthiness, the feelings of unworthiness, and particularly in women and female skaters. And, you know, this competitiveness that goes on at the rink. And I feel blessed because my rink feels so incredibly not that, like the opposite of that. And there's so many varieties of skaters with some are exceptional in their skill and most are really, really good, but everybody supports each other. Everybody. All the skaters, at least. I don't know about the parents. I don't know all the parents, but the skaters and the coaches are all exceptional humans, not a jealous bone in their body. Like no one's hating on each other. No one's doing the standard thing that you hear about in most rinks. But unworthiness happens to be a big thing with figure skaters in general. And this skater was talking about it, and she said, I just wanted to reach out to anyone who feels unworthy. And you've been working on this skill and it isn't happening, and you wonder if it ever is going to happen, and this element, it isn't happening. She said that has nothing to do with your worth. You've always been worthy. And she kind of went vulnerable for a bit. And she said, I had a sister, who struggled. She said, my sister struggled with unworthiness for the longest time, every day of her life. And she just couldn't get through it. And she said that struggle, she lost the fight with unworthiness 8 weeks ago. And since then, I don't let myself miss going to the rink. No matter how unworthy I feel, I tell myself, I'm going to do this. I'm never going to feel unworthy again. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this for myself. I'm going to do this for her. And I'm not going to lose the battle to unworthiness. It was kind of a sad but also uplifting story in a sense of just you never know what people are going through. I never know she was going through that. And it's that purpose in that moment. Again, the reason why I'm sharing this story is because purpose doesn't necessarily have to be something that is super positive. She lost her sister, probably to dark night of the soul, or at least it was, insinuated that that would be the case. And now she gets up every day and encourages other skaters, and no matter what, gets up and works on her elements and says, I am worthy. And that has become her new purpose, that no matter what, she's going to do this for herself, for her sister. And she said, for all women who feel unworthy, I'm here to tell you, please don't feel that way. You've always been worthy. And her sister was also a phenomenal skater. And that sadness kind of lit her up, and she didn't want any of those things to happen to anyone else. She didn't want anyone else to feel that suffering, that darkness. So that became her purpose, which I found to be intensely beautiful.